All right, so this is part 3. We're running out of time and there's lots to talk about. So here it comes. All right, on to Lightstep. Lightstep was founded by New Relic and Google folks. This is the company that founded the open tracing standard. This is another big product in the observability space. So the real focus here is to provide some tracing capabilities to containerized and microservices workloads and serverless workloads. And one of the things that it does that's kind of cool is that it gives you your logs in context when you're troubleshooting events. So their goal is to provide cardinality for events. Another stealth company, can't talk about that one, kind of a cool one too, someday. So the next one is Obsidian. So if you're having challenges in the identity and access management world, Obsidian can provide you insights into that. Their pitch is that organizations can secure their enterprise by fixing weak identity hygiene, suspicious behavior, and policy violations. They use machine learning to help identify these things. They have an identity graph that maps users' access to assets within the organization and then keeps track of how they've accessed these assets. The founders of this company came from Carbon Black and Cylance. So they have a history in this field and they had an interesting product. So a big theme was identity and access management. We talked to a bunch of companies that were doing things in that space. The next one I want to talk about is Orkus. Orkus provides continuous and automated verification of access control for cloud infrastructure. Access controls of who can access what from where and with what privileges. So they are building a next-gen access control platform using graph-based formal identification and AI. And they continuously validate access for every cloud object. Now, when you're talking about the sprawl that comes with microservices and containerized environments, having that granular access control and monitoring of your access is a really important thing. And having something that can detect anomalous access and address it is really key. They provide guardrails for your cloud environments. So the next one I want to talk about is OverOps. OverOps pitches themselves as a real-time event intelligence company that enables organizations to understand when and why their applications break in production. OverOps dynamically captures unique smart data from inside the application runtime that allows operations and development teams to troubleshoot 10x faster. So OverOps is an Israeli company. They're former X8200 and AutoCAD folks. What AutoCAD rolled out as their online web-based version, these guys built. So this is an agent-based tool. So it can provide a lot of deep insights into what's happening in the application stack when it's running. So it can capture the state when an application goes awry. This product can track events to the code segments that we're running. So OverOps ingests your code base so it can link events to code segments. It can help you track regressions and bugs. It currently works with Java and .NET, but they're looking to expand into other languages as well. The next one is going to be Node.js, Go, and Python, and that's going to be followed by JS and Ruby. All right, so the next one I want to talk about is Retool. So Retool is a no-code, low-code programming environment. It's designed not so much for the DevOps teams, but really is more focused towards line of business, actually. So it's a very simple drag and drop code process. You can take code snippets and drop them into your application and build applications without really any knowledge of programming. So the founders of this company are former Palantir people. So this product will output YAML or JSON code. It's designed to be run as a SaaS-based application, but you can create Docker images of the code you create to run on-prem if you need to. So the next one I want to talk about is a company that's been around for a while and has actually become very successful, and that's Snowflake. So Snowflake is a database as a service, or it could be looked at as data warehouse as a service, or data lake, or data hub as a service. They initially ran in AWS. They've expanded to Azure, and GCP is coming. One of the things that they believe in very strongly is that as multi-cloud becomes more of a thing, there's going to be more commoditization of cloud resources, and that's going to really drive down costs. One of the value propositions around Snowflake is that because they manage their technology stack very effectively in the cloud, they can actually operate a database in the cloud for less money than you can do it yourself. So this product works with structured or semi-structured data, and to them, semi-structured is anything that's not really like time-coded data or file data, image data, things like that. One of the more interesting moves is Frank Slootman, who is the former CEO of ServiceNow, has joined them as the CEO. So we're expecting to see some really interesting and dynamic things coming out of Snowflake very shortly under his leadership. And the last thing I will say about Snowflake really quickly is that there's a lot of products out there that are being built on top of Snowflake. So the founders of this company feel that this could be a $100 billion market for them. So the next one I want to talk about is Split. Split is a platform for controlled rollouts. If you are using feature flags to deploy features within your application, this is a great product for you. If you are using feature flags to deploy and test new features within your applications, this is something you might want to take a look at. So this helps you apply feature flags to specific users, specific groups, randomized testing case scenarios, or you can use it as a part of an experimentation to test various different features and test the impact. They use a t-test to determine the statistical significance of your testing sets so that you are not making decisions on too small of data sets or incomplete data sets, so that you can provide some rigor to your testing of new features. And I know I'm going through these kind of quick, but the idea is just to give you a taste, and then you can follow up later, or if you have some questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you get in touch with these companies and help you figure out if some of these products are right for you. So the next one I want to talk about is Trifacta. Trifacta enables businesses and non-technical users to take large, unstructured, complex data sets and easily transform them into structured, easy to analyze formats ready for analysis. This helps unlock the power of big data. They focus on discovery, structure of the data, cleaning of the data, enriching the data, validating the data, and deployment. So basically, this product does the janitorial work on your data. So these are former Berkeley, Stanford, and the founders have an informatica lineage. When working with larger data sets, they utilize statistically significant sampling processes to speed up the process. And the last one I'm going to talk about for this video, ta-da, is YugaByte DB. So YugaByte DB is built for the multi-cloud environment. It is an open source transactional database. It offers both NoSQL and SQL, and they do YSQL, the YugaByte SQL, and then they use YCQL. And the founders of this company are former Facebook people who built HBase and Cassandra. So that means that YugaByte is a drop-in replacement for Cassandra. So now if you are having challenges with scaling Cassandra, this might be the answer for you. So a lot of folks are using Memcache on top of Cassandra, and that gets to be complicated. So YugaByte solves for some of that. So remember, for the most part, all of these companies are very early stage, and we haven't seen what they're capable of or what they will become yet. And so it makes it a little hard to evaluate the risk in any of these companies. What I would suggest to you is if you take a look at them, POC them and see if they solve the problem for you. What I will say is all of these companies have substantial backing. They have good teams and they have the right kind of money behind them. So that's a big head start for them. So that wraps up part 3. Thanks for watching. And if you could like and subscribe, that would be extremely helpful to me. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.